What's up, people? This is DET Aquarium, and today I want to bring you a detailed shrimp setup video. Now, this first part, prior to adding the substrate, I like to use a few substrate additives, and this is a mineral additive that I like to use to ensure the shrimp are receiving all the proper nutrition, minerals, and trace elements so that their exoskeleton can properly grow, and down the line they can molt successfully. So this next thing is a Betaglucan's immune booster. Now, I kind of think of this like vitamin C for us, that it's a more preventative mechanism. It helps ward off diseases and sickness, and then these shrimp, it can help ward off parasites, shrimp diseases carried through plants or substrate, or even invertebrates that you're adding to your aquarium. So this next step, substrate, is so important because it's all based on your shrimp needs. So I'm going to be keeping a Caridina shrimp species in this aquarium. I'm not quite sure which one yet, but your active substrate is going to buffer your pH, meaning in this scenario, it's going to be buffering it to a more acidic water, which is perfect for a Caridina shrimp species. But if you're planning on keeping a red cherry shrimp or any other type of Neocaridina, really, they probably would prefer a more inert substrate, something that doesn't alter the water's pH at all. So after you've added your substrate, about halfway through, I like to use beneficial bacteria. Now up to this point, the additives I've added aren't required to properly keep and breed shrimp. I'll have a lot of people tell me it's not necessary, and I completely agree with you. But I want to make sure that my shrimp are thriving, not just surviving. And that way, I can say that I gave it my all, I've done the best I can, and if I failed at it, then at least I know that I've tried everything out there that could help or could have prevented my failure. But anyways, the substrate additive here is Speed Sand by Lowkeys. It's the first time I'm using it. Again, it's a beneficial bacteria used to help your cycling process. Now, the cycling process is going to happen, and it's imperative that you're patient throughout this process. But this beneficial bacteria is going to help jumpstart that cycling process because you're going to have the beneficial bacteria there already available to help break down that ammonia to nitrite and the nitrite to nitrate, which is then taken out of your aquarium through water changes, or your plants could absorb them and use them in their manner as well. So after you added your beneficial bacteria, in my case I like to add it in the middle of the substrate so that have the entire substrate to colonize, and then you add your remaining substrate. Flatten out the top. You can use whatever you want to, a credit card. I just happen to have this sand flattener designed for substrate. And in my aquascaping days, I usually did a little slant to give the aquarium a little more depth, and I just kind of take that to my shrimp tanks as well. So the golden powder I'm adding is really there to help the water quality, make sure that it eats up some of the ammonia that may be in excess as your beneficial bacteria are colonizing, and all in all is a good water conditioner for your shrimp tank, especially whenever it's starting to cycle and you might have that cloudiness. It just overall is a helpful substrate additive. So after you got your substrate, you got your additives, you're on to the next step. It's time to add your plants, if you plan to have any. Some people don't. In my scenario, in my shrimp setups, I always use a bouquet or bouquet philandra, and I got my hands on some mini dark skeleton king, which I'm excited to see it grow out, and you can see that tied in there, or it's really just pushed into the teddy bear choy wood. As you can see, I add a petri dish right away to go ahead and get the biofilm generated inside the petri dish. I have my 2x2 mini Pelia, which I've taken from some of my other shrimp tanks, and I have it rubber band down on these 2x2 stainless steel mesh mats. And there is that dark skeleton king, which I'm excited to see. It's a big bouquet, but I've tried to get my hands on it for quite some time, and I'm excited to finally have the opportunity to use it in one of my shrimp tanks. After you've done this, you added your plants, you've done the substrate, the additives. I fill up my shrimp tank immediately with RODI water. It is not remineralized because it's not necessary, because throughout this cycling process you're going to be doing water changes to remove your nitrates, and it's just a waste of remineralizer if you're adding it and then you're doing a water change and getting rid of it. But anyways, that's all for this video. I appreciate everybody watching. If you could give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll get back with you as soon as possible. Thanks again, and you guys have a great week ahead.